Hello. Today we're going to add sentences because as writers, we need to usually add sentences so it makes even more sense to our reader. We want it easy for the reader to understand. We've already done that work specifically for the introduction. Here's the PM first version of our draft. And then you can see on slide 4 how we've made that part better. So after you give your essay a read, the challenge is to find 3 places where you can add a sentence. So it's a 3-sentence challenge. So watch me as I give it a go. Writers add more so it's easier for the reader to understand. This is what we have at the beginning of this one. Have you ever seen a dog that likes to go fishing? Joy wanted to enjoy fishing with his owner. Heron interrupted the fun by taking worms. In the end, they worked it out. In this short animated story, Joy and Heron, the character Joy is joyful. So that part has been reworked. Let's see if we can add a sentence in this next paragraph. In the beginning of the short film, Joy was joyful. Joy jumped in the boat and barked happily at the dragonflies. Her tail was wagging. Next, Joy smiled when Heron came to the edge of the boat. So then, as a writer, I want to ask myself, is there one sentence I can add so that this will make even more sense to the reader? So in the beginning of the short film, Joy was joyful. Joy jumped in the boat and barked happily at the dragonflies. Her tail was wagging. Next, Joy smiled when Heron came to the edge of the boat. I think I could easily add a sentence right there at the end. Something like, I think Joy was looking for a friend, happy to see somebody else. This is another sign of being joyful. So right there could be a one I could add in. I don't know if this pen lets me write. Oh, it looks, it does. So right here, I'll just put a little scribble. That means I'm going to add that sentence right there. All right. Now let's see. Your turn to give it a go. I'm going to read this next paragraph of the middle, and our challenge is to add a sentence so it will make more sense to the reader. In the middle of the short film, Joy continued to be joyful. There was a tug-of-war between Joy and Heron. Joy was relieved when Heron did not win the worm. The owner scared Heron with... I think I have to go this side. Oops. Scared Heron with the oar. Joy responded with a pleased grin because Heron went away. All right, so I'm trying to see where I can add a sentence to make this even more clear to the reader. So I think I'm just going to have to read it again. In the middle of the short film, Joy continued to be joyful. That's our topic sentence. There was a tug-of-war between Joy and Heron. Joy was relieved when Heron did not win the worm. The owner scared Heron with the oar. Joy responded with a pleased grin because Heron went away. How could I make that even more clear? There was a tug-of-war between Joy and Heron. I could say that there's a tug-of-war between Joy and Heron with the worm. That might be a word we can add in to make it more clear. Joy was relieved when Heron did not win the worm. The owner scared Heron with the oar. I think this Joy responded with a pleased grin because Heron went away. Feels like we should make that a little bit more clear. Joy looked at the owner with a pleased grin because Heron went away. And then I think we could add a sentence right there. So I'm going to just get this and I'm just going to mark it. If I was able to type right on here, I would just put that sentence, this next sentence in, because our job is to add sentences. So Joy responded with a pleased grin towards the owner because Heron went away. Then probably something like, it seemed like Joy was grateful to the owner. Something about the connection with the owner there. Joy was grateful to the owner. Let's see. Joy responded with a pleased grin because Heron went away. She was happy that her owner stuck up for her. That would make it a little bit more clear. So that's what I would add in right there. All right, now your turn to give it a go on your essays. So you're going to take a look at your draft, which is typed up in Google Classroom. So in Google Classroom, you'll go to the assignment, which is called Asynchronous Work on Your Literary Essay. Today's Monday, so that's why that's there. Click on your slides and then go to your draft, read it, and you're going to have to do just like what we did together. Read it more than once, and your challenge is to add 3 sentences. So here's your work. Click on it, find your draft. Your challenge today is to add 3 sentences. Okay, so today and every day for the rest of your writing life, remember that writers add sentences to make it more clear for the reader. So you're going to go all the way to your assignment, find your draft, and then you're going to add 3 sentences. When you add your 3 sentences in, so this is Ben's work, he'll read it. When you add in your 3 sentences, wherever you put them, make them a different color so that we can see the revision work. It's just kind of a nice visual. All right. Happy challenge with the 3-sentence challenge. Can you do more? Yes. Can you do less? No. 3 or more sentences need to be added to make it even more clear for the reader. All right. Bye.